Eighth grade. It is week 17 and we are talking about electromagnetic spectrum. Today, you should be able to identify the sources of visible light, and some of these may surprise you. Imagine scuba diving and coming upon a jellyfish. Would you be startled if the jellyfish suddenly started to glow with bright yellow light, like the jellyfish in the picture here? If so, then the jellyfish would have done its job. Jellyfish give off light to startle possible predators. The light that they emit is visible light. Visible light includes all of the wavelengths of light that the human eye can detect. It allows us to see objects in the world around us. Without visible light, we would only be able to sense most objects by sound, touch, or smell. Like humans, most other organisms also depend on visible light, either directly or indirectly. Many animals, including predators of jellyfish, use visible light to see. Plants and certain other organisms use visible light to make food in the process of photosynthesis. Without this food, most other organisms would not be able to survive. Do you think that some animals might be able to see light that isn't visible to humans? Take a moment and think about this. Write down your answer and come back in just a moment. So what do you think? Can some animals possibly see light that isn't visible to humans? Well, the fact of the matter is that some animals can see light in the infrared or ultraviolet range of wavelengths. For example, mosquitoes can see infrared light, which is emitted by warm objects. By seeing infrared light, mosquitoes can tell where the warmest, blood-rich areas of the body are located. Most of the visible light on Earth comes from the sun. The sun and other stars produce light because they are so hot. They glow with light due to their extreme high temperatures. This way of producing light is called incandescence. Incandescent light bulbs also produce light in this way. When electric current passes through a wire filament inside an incandescent bulb, the wire gets so hot that it glows. What are some other sources of incandescent light? Take a moment and brainstorm the answer to that question. So, other sources of incandescent light include flames. Flames produce incandescent light. For example, burning candles, oil lamps, and bonfires produce light in this way. Some objects produce light without becoming very hot. They generate light through chemical reactions and other processes. Producing light without heat is called luminance. Luminance, in turn, can occur in several different ways. One type of luminance is called fluorescence. In this process, a substance absorbs shorter wavelength ultraviolet light and then gives off light in the visible range of wavelengths. Certain minerals produce light in this way, including gemstones such as amethyst, diamond, and emerald. Another type of luminance is called electroluminance. In this process, a substance gives off light when an electric current passes through it. Gases such as neon, argon, and krypton produce light by this means. The dash of a car is lit up by electroluminance. A third type of luminance is called bioluminance. This is the production of light by living things as a result of chemical reactions. The jellyfish in the opening photo produces light by bioluminance. So does the firefly. Fireflies give off visible light to attract mates. Many other objects appear to produce their own light, but they actually just reflect light from another source. Being lit by another source is called illumination. The moon here is glowing so brightly that you can see shadows under the trees. It appears to glow from its own light, but it's really just illuminated by light from the sun. Everything you can see that doesn't produce its own light is illuminated by light from some other source. So in summary, visible light includes all the wavelengths of light that the human eye can see or can detect. Humans and virtually all other organisms depend on visible light to survive. Humans and many other animals use it to see. Plants use it to make food for themselves and for other organisms. Most of the visible light on Earth comes from the sun. The sun produces light because it is so hot. Glowing with visible light because of a high temperature is called incandescence. Producing light without a high temperature is called luminescence. A type of luminescence includes fluorescence, electroluminescence, and bioluminescence. All objects you can see that do not produce their own light are reflecting light from another source. This is known as illumination. So, now that we've reached the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify the sources of visible light. Feel free to go back and visit this video again if you need to, and remember to write down some notes. You'll be able to use your notes on the questions that follow. Have a great day.